The decision was made really because I'm quite interested in the whole area of justice, and criminal justice have been for years. And I do believe that people can change. And actually, interestingly enough, since the time I've joined the Parole Board, that belief has increased. I think that people should be given the opportunity to change, and they often do.
I'd spent some time as a magistrate, and so I'd seen the sentencing side of things, but I never really thought about what happened next. And so I joined out of a casual interest, but then developed quite a strong interest as to what it was all about and what happened to prisoners once they were sentenced.
I really enjoy the responsibility of making the right decisions, and I also really enjoy the flexibility of the portfolio style working and the flexible working arrangements that the Parole Board offers. I'm able to, on the whole, choose which prison establishments I go to, and I can also work from home depending on what type of task I'm doing for the Parole Board. So those flexible working arrangements, along with the challenging decisions that we have to take, are the main things that I enjoy about the work.
There is the opportunity to make a difference, and whether that's the difference to the lives of prisoners who are subsequently released and how they're managed and how they resettle, or whether it's the impact on the lives of victims of people who have been subject to crimes, or people who are still quite dangerous, and that you're safeguarding their concerns and the concerns of the wider public.
If I'm sitting at home making directions for hearings, that's the bit I find most challenging, because I can't consult with colleagues, I don't always have all the information I need, and it feels like a pressure.
So you might have 600-700 pages of evidence in a particular case, and because the board leads the questions of all of the witnesses, you've really got to know what it's about. So I think that's probably challenging, but it's something you can get used to, and you can develop ways and means of actually analysing and assessing that.
We deal with some very complicated cases with some very high-risk prisoners, and we are reading a lot of very graphic, detailed information about sexual offences and violent offences. So I think, firstly, being able to consider all of that graphic detail and remain objective is very, very important. I think if anybody thought about applying for the role and was not sure about whether they could manage that information, would need to think very carefully about whether that might be difficult for them if they were to apply.
You do need to be somebody who can reach a conclusion and make a decision, which isn't as silly as it sounds. But you also need to be somebody who understands the importance of evidence, takes a range of evidence into account and weighs it carefully and analyses it. And I think you need to be somebody who's self-aware of your own limitations, challenges and biases, and does their best to stop them getting in the way of good decisions.
You need to be able to listen to a lot of evidence, take in a lot of information, and use it to make a judgment, at the same time keeping in mind your main aim, which is to protect the public.